One of my favorite things in the world to do is watch Friends. I know it's been off for years and years. It's not even around, but I still find myself binge watching old episodes. And I was thinking about this today and thinking, it's the predictability of the friends in the circle, right? You have Chandler with his quirkiness, Monica with her type A of just everything has to be so neat and tidy and organized. It's Phoebe's ability to make you laugh at her silly songs. Ross always comes in with those smart comments, and Joey and him and his food, like it is just so hilarious. And of course, Rachel, she just brings everybody together, and it's just such this beautiful, cohesive team of people. And it's why I wanted to come on and share with you today that I have an opportunity for you to find your friends in the content creation space. So if you are thinking about creating your first or your next digital course, I don't want you to miss this opportunity because Amy Porterfield just opened the doors for registration for her Course Confident Bootcamp. And I'm actually offering a special bonus for anyone that registers for the Course Confident Bootcamp through my special link. So I want you to go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register. That's crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And what you're going to find when you get there is I have this special bonus private podcast series. It's called Money Mindset for Creators. So I want you to go register for Amy's bootcamp, download the podcast, and immediately start listening to it, because what this training is set up to do is to help you get your mind right about monetizing your content, making money so that you can fuel your content creation dreams. So go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp to register for Course Confident. And I cannot wait for you to find your friends and find the people that will be there for you. Do you see what I did there? Yeah, nice little friends segue connection. Go to crystalprofit.com/Amy-bootcamp. And I cannot wait to see you inside. Okay, let's get into today's episode. Okay, I did something really fun for today's episode, and I heavily relied on ChatGPT. And what I did is I wanted it to give me a comparison of BSchool with Marie Forleo and Digital Course Academy with Amy Porterfield. Now, I am an affiliate and a partner of both of these programs, and I have been for several years now. And I always get the question, what is the difference between the two? And so instead of just giving you my experience, I wanted to have ChatGPT break these down, and I wanted to give you a few ideas of how you can also use AI in your content and what it's like to incorporate it into your content this way. But also, this is a question I get all the time. I literally get emails saying, well, which one am I supposed to do? Which one makes the most sense for me? And because these launches are coming up, I wanted to just go ahead and lay it all out on the table in today's episode. So let's get right to it. Welcome to the Profit Podcast, where we teach you how to start, launch, and market your content with confidence. I'm your host, Crystal Profit, and I'm so excited that you're here. Thanks for hanging out with me today, because if you've been trying to figure out the world of content creation, this is the show that will help be your time-saving shortcut. So let's get right to it, shall we? Okay, so like I said in the beginning, I use ChatGPT for today's episode. I literally typed in, let me go back and look at my prompt, because I think it's so fun whenever you see the behind the scenes of what people, type into their prompt. This is what I said: write a blog post article comparing Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy program and Marie Forleo's BSchool program. And then I said include student success stories, examples, and optimize for SEO using keywords for online business owner. So I know it's a super long prompt, but I wanted to see what it would spit out. And it was so, so good. Like, this is why I love ChatGPT, for using it to inspire you, spark ideas, and honestly, just see what it's going to come up with. Now, I will say I stripped away the student success stories because I started reading them and I was like, I don't know if these are right. I don't know if these are true. I can't confirm or deny these. So I did strip those out of today's episode and I'm not including them. But I do want to break down exactly what it says and share with you some of my own experiences kind of interspersed in between what GPT came back and told me. So the first part of it says, in the fast-paced digital landscape, apparently I'm going to act this out, online business owners are constantly seeking effective strategies to grow their ventures. Two renowned programs that have gained significant traction in the industry are Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy, DCA, and Marie Forleo's BSchool. I'm going to pause for a second because I feel like I just introduced like the battle of the century. Like Amy's in one corner and Marie's in the other. That's what it sounded like. Do you remember like what was that program on MTV? It was like the Smackdown, it was like the claymation. Like, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If not, like just disregard that, because I'm thinking there's no I'm not trying to bout these two programs against each other. I'm just trying to give you an explanation of what ChatGPT says that they are. Okay, so let's keep going. Both programs claim to equip entrepreneurs with the necessary tools and knowledge to succeed in the online space. In this article, we will compare these programs, highlighting their unique features, student success stories, and examples to help you make an informed decision. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting, optimizing for SEO is crucial to driving traffic to your website and generating leads. So let's dive in and explore these programs from an online business owner's perspective. Okay, so hang on. I'm going to pause here because that really didn't work out for me. Like the SEO piece, like it did not interpret what I meant, because what I wanted it to do is optimize the entire article to include online business owners, but instead it started talking about SEO. And I'm like, these programs, Marie talks about SEO, it's like a part of BSchool, like it's important to understand it, but it's not like either one of these programs do like a severe deep dive into SEO. So we gotta strip that out of this whole comparison because that wasn't correct. And I don't even know that Amy really talks about SEO too much in Digital Course Academy. She would probably talk about it on her podcast, Online Marketing Made Easy, but I don't know that DCA has a lot of SEO stuff. I'm at a loss on that one. So that's another reason, if you're using ChatGPT or other AI, don't fully rely on it because you're going to find some mistakes like that. But let's move on. So the first thing that it broke down is the program overview. So I want to go through Marie's BSchool and Amy's DCA to give you a comparison. These were pretty spot on. All right. I'll point out if there's any discrepancies, but these were pretty spot on. So BSchool is a comprehensive online training program that aims to provide entrepreneurs with a holistic understanding of building a successful online business. It covers various aspects such as branding, marketing, customer relations, and effective business practices. Marie Forleo's charismatic and engaging teaching style has garnered a loyal following over the years. I completely agree with this description of the program. The only thing that I feel like it left out that would be helpful to somebody that's thinking about BSchool is that she really dives into specifics behind branding and marketing. So it's not this very general, broad sense of branding and marketing. It's pricing and sales and structuring offers and thinking about, well, how are you going to create a product. What is that product? How does that product, like when it hits the open market, like what does that look like? Are you going to have competitors? Are you like, there's so many other deeper dive pieces. I don't even think that made sense. Deeper dive? You know what I mean? Like deeper, more in depth. There we go. That's the word I was searching for. There's more in-depth pieces to these super broad topics. So I feel like that was a good generalization of what BSchool is all about, but I wanted to give you a little bit more, I guess, context to what this description is. Okay, let's look at Amy's for DCA. So it says DCA is an intensive. Let me start over. DCA is an intensive online program designed to help entrepreneurs create, launch, and scale their digital courses. It offers a step-by-step blueprint covering everything from course creation to marketing and sales strategies. Amy's expertise and experience in the industry make her a reputable authority in the field. So I completely agree with this. I think that one piece that it doesn't really touch on that I think that Amy really prides herself in is including how to really use email and webinars and all these other tactics that she uses to sell those digital courses, because I know that she's really stressed over the years, like it's really hard to build an audience or sell a product without an email list. Like it's one of those things. It's like the chicken or the egg. Like, do you build an email list first and then sell your products? Do you try to sell your products first and then build your email list? And Amy's always really stressed email marketing as the thing that's super important. So I feel like that's one of the main key pieces that this program overview is missing. But other than that, it's pretty spot on. So to recap, the biggest differences between the two programs, Marie is all about the holistic understanding of building a successful online business. So it's like the broad overview of a business. And Amy's Digital Course Academy is, of course, focused on digital courses, on creating, launching, and scaling your digital course business. So those are the two biggest differences. So the next thing that ChatGPT broke down was examples of program content. Okay, now we're going to see if it gets into the nitty-gritty of, comparing the two programs. So first, let's go into BSchool. So Marie Forleo's BSchool. There's lessons on defining your unique brand, understanding your target audience, and developing a compelling brand story. Strategies for effective online marketing, including social media, email marketing, and content creation. Practical tips on building customer relationships and maintaining a thriving online community. So this was really good. I think that is really spot on in exactly what the program is all about. I really truly believe that there weren't too many things that were left out. They talked about social, they talked about email marketing and content creation. I know that those are like really big things, but honestly, I just feel like it's so broad. It's just so general. It's so broad. It doesn't give you the entire breakdown of all of the content within BSchool, but that's also not what I asked for. So it's, it is what it is. Now let's go into Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy. It says that there are comprehensive modules on course creation, outlining, and structuring your content. There's in-depth training on marketing tactics such as email list building, social media promotion, and webinars. Guidance on launching and scaling your course effectively. Okay, so remember how a second ago I said that there were, webinars were missing from Amy's and email list building. So it's here in the examples of program content that it broke down. So that's good to see. That's good to see that it was there. Again, I still feel like it's like pretty broad strokes on what it included here, but it's not bad. Like, I agree with these. So if we were to do a complete comparison of BSchool versus DCA, then these were pretty good. They both do include social media, email marketing, and content creation tips and strategies, but that is going to look different for your overall business versus what you're doing to create, launch, and scale just a digital course, because it looks very, very different. Whenever you're doing
Being a woman in business comes with its own unique set of challenges, but also so many opportunities. We get ahead by leaning in to what makes us different from business as usual. I'm Samantha Hartley, host of Profitable Joyful Consulting, inviting you to a special 6-episode series exploring the experience of being a woman in business. You want to hear from women consultants who've hit $1 million, who sell 6-figure engagements, or who've broken their own revenue ceilings? Yeah, those are my clients, and they'll be sharing too. Join me for 6 must-listen episodes that tackle key challenges for women consultants. Follow Profitable Joyful Consulting on your favorite podcast app.
content creation for your digital course, Amy teaches this. It's your launch runway. And what it looks like is the different steps of everything you need to do to get your audience ready to buy your course, have them primed to join your webinar, sign up for your freebies, like all the things that you do up until you actually launch your course, and then nurturing them along the way, and then getting people to buy and convert, and then having like a great onboarding experience. So it's very different. It's very conversion driven. It's very much like metrics and understanding exactly what you're trying to do within your course launches. And then for BSchool, I feel like it's a very different approach. It's more of how do you engage with people and get them to really be interested in what you're creating, what you're doing in your business, so that you can create a product that you can grow and scale and use all the conversion, tactics to get people to buy your product. So you can see that there is a beautiful overlap between these two programs. And it's why I will tell people you don't really just need one or the other. I always tell people, I got so much out of both of these programs. I'm never going to say you just need BSchool or you just need DCA. I think it's a matter of where you are in your journey on which one makes the most sense. Because even people that have been in business for several years could benefit from BSchool, because maybe there's a specific area that you're struggling, and maybe it's pricing, maybe it's your website, maybe it's growing traffic, maybe you want to get better at partnerships or, doing other things like building your community. Like there's so many different aspects that fall under the umbrella of creating a business. Whereas with DCA, maybe you've been in business again for several years and you're like, I want to add a digital course. Maybe you've had a membership for a long time and a digital course is like the next organic step in your journey. Or maybe you're just now to the point where you're like, okay, I understand my business. Like you're just getting started. You know exactly what you want. You know what you want to create. And you're like, okay, I have all the content. I've been podcasting for a while. I've been creating YouTube content, like whatever that looks like. And you're growing your email list and you have, I think Amy and her team, they suggest having at least 500 people on your email list before you launch your digital course. That's absolutely not a requirement, but it is encouraged. That way, you will see some of those conversions. You will get people to sign up for your webinars. You will have people attending all the different things that you're doing and be interested in what you're creating instead of just launching to a list of 10 people and you're related to half of them. I feel like this is what happened to me when I launched my very first digital course. But that really kind of rounds out the examples of these two different programs and how you can look at them, but I want to give you the conclusion that ChatGPT gave to me because, again, I think it's really funny. There's actually a whole section that I just deleted that was all about SEO. Again, it was of no relevance to what we're talking about today. I totally misinterpreted my prompt, which this happens if you're new to ChatGPT or you get frustrated, you don't understand it. The thing that I keep telling people is you have to figure out the right way to give it instructions. And then if that doesn't work, that's fine. Just like keep trying again and again. But the conclusion says, when it comes to choosing between Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy and Marie Forleo's BSchool, both programs offer valuable resources and have a track record of success. Amy Porterfield's DCA excels in providing a step-by-step framework for creating and launching digital courses, while Marie Forleo's BSchool offers a comprehensive approach to building a successful online business. Okay, I'm gonna stop here because that is 100% agree with everything it just said. One of them is for digital courses. The other is focused on your entire business. Okay, let me keep going. Ultimately, the choice depends on your specific needs and preferences as an online business owner. Consider your goals, the areas you need assistance with, and the teaching style that resonates with you. By analyzing student success stories and exploring program content, you can make an informed decision to propel your online business to new heights. And then it goes into some other mess about SEO. And I'm like, why does it keep bringing up SEO like that? It's so weird. Totally agree with this. It sounds very cheesy, very corny. I would not say it that way, the way that it kind of laid everything out. Ultimately, the choice depends on your specific needs. Consider your goal. I mean, I guess I do kind of say that. The one thing I did want to comment on, though, is the teaching style, like which one resonates with you. So if I were to do a comparison of Marie and Amy, first of all, you have to know, if you don't know this history of Marie and Amy learned from Marie, like way back in the day. She talks about that was one of her early mentors. So that's kind of fun that you know that these two mentors of mine, because that's what they are aligned in their values and principles. They are out to help online business owners. They have structured their businesses to be very generous and charitable and grow teams that give them a lot of freedom and have the ability to be flexible in the things that they do, when they work, how they want to work. And I think it's truly inspiring. But one thing I wanted to dive into is my experience between the two programs. So if I were to share how I went through BSchool and DCA, it's kind of funny. I actually went through BSchool with Amy in 2019. So she was an affiliate for BSchool. She did it for several years, and who knows, she may do it again in the future. But she offered a bonus package that I couldn't say no to. I had been following her and Marie all of 2018, listening to both of their podcasts and really just consuming all of their content, both of them, their podcast, YouTube channel for Marie, and all the things. And when Amy went through this promotion, I was like, gosh, you know what? Like, this is it. This is the thing I need to do. It was also the first program, BSchool. It was the first program that I had purchased. I mean, and it's not cheap, right? It's like, $2,000 like plus dollars. Like, it is not a cheap program. And it was the first thing that I had ever purchased myself and made that money back plus some in the first 6 months after the program. Because if you're like me, or most people that purchase courses, you buy the course, you say you're going to implement it, you say you're going to do it, and then maybe things fall off and you don't end up either finishing it or implementing the strategies that you thought you would, and you're kind of in the hole. You haven't made any money back. But I learned so many awesome things in BSchool through Marie and through Amy's guidance. And it changed my life. I know it sounds so corny, so corny to say that, but it's true because it was in that time that I was able to get a one-on-one hot seat with Amy. And I've talked about this a few times on the podcast, but I had a one-on-one coaching call with her, and she had said, put a stake in the ground and go all in on podcasting, because I was trying to figure out what I was doing. Do I do this? Do I do that? Like, should I do podcasting? And she was like, absolutely do podcasting. And I did. And here we are, like 5 years later into my podcasting journey, and still going strong, talking about content marketing, talking about podcasting. So I had a very unique experience where I had both of my mentors going through BSchool. And then with Digital Course Academy, I actually joined that same year in 2019, and I took DCA for the first time. Now I feel like I've gone through both of these programs at least 4 or 5 times. I revisit them every single year. Like, I'm that person where I will go back. I'm launching something. I need to make changes to my website. I will go into BSchool and see what Marie recommends, or look at some of her tools or resources that I hadn't looked at before. If I'm going to create a sales page, I will go look at her resources, and I'll go look at Amy's in DCA, because I have these both at my fingertips. So I'm going to use my resources because that's why they are there. It is why I signed up for these programs, because it gives me the ability to work smarter, not harder. I'm not going out to random people on YouTube looking for a solution. I'm going to the tried and true mentors that I trust and that I know, like, they've already gotten me results. So I'm just going to keep going back to them over and over and over again, because there's also so many people coming out of their communities that are still getting results. They're getting mind-blowing results. And I trust both of these women so much. But the other thing is, if you are listening to this right now in real time, then BSchool is actually open for enrollment. So starting on July 18th through July 28th, 2023, BSchool is open. I had told you at the very beginning that I'm an affiliate for both of these programs. BSchool summer session is happening right now. DCA is coming up at the end of August, early September. And I wanted to give you a comparison of what these two programs mean to me. I wanted to give you ChatGPT's, description of both of them, and just share a little bit behind the scenes of why both of these programs mean so much to me, and the different results that I've gotten from going through DCA, from going through BSchool, and how the two are so complementary. Because again, people will come to me. I have this weird blend of people that listen to this podcast. I either know you from the DCA world, or maybe I know you from the BSchool world, like back in the day, and I'll get emails from people. Somebody just emailed me the other day and said, hey, I've already taken BSchool. Is DCA right for me? And I answered her very honestly and said, well, if you're looking for resources that can help you with your online business, then BSchool is absolutely a must. I don't care if you're 2 months into your brand new business, if you've never started your business, or you're six months or 6 years into your business. I still feel like BSchool can help you, because this digital marketing space is constantly changing. If I were to tell you, this is how much things have changed, right? In the last 5 years of me doing my podcast. When I first got started, I had to use Skype. Yes, Skype for some of my very first podcast interviews. And Buzzsprout did not have dynamic content. It did not have monetization. It didn't have half of the things that it has today. And my WordPress website was absolutely horrendous. It was so scary, like, to go back and look at it today, because I didn't know any better about a lot of these things. Like, I didn't know some of the really crucial things that I learned about my online business and having a website that I learned through BSchool. I just didn't know. I didn't know that you're not supposed to do this or that. And that, having all these menus and all these pop-ups and all these things are super distracting. Like, I did not know I was the problem. I was the reason why things weren't converting. I was the reason why users probably landed on my website and were like, no, thank you. This is not a great experience, but I just didn't know any better. And so I knew I wanted to invest in a program that could help me through that. So if you're interested in learning more about BSchool, learning more about the MF plus KP bonus bundle, go to crystalprofit.com/BSchool to learn more about it today and enroll. I can't wait for this summer cohort. It's only a 4-week session, so it's like a mini semester of, school. Did you ever take one of those? Like a summer school, summer class? I remember I took classes at the community college whenever I was in high school because I wanted to have as many credits as possible. I was such an overachiever. I guess I'm still an overachiever. Enneagram 3, that is me. But I wanted to take as many classes as I could, but I didn't want them to feel hard and long and drawn out. I didn't want to have all these other classes overlapping, and then it was going to be super hard to study and do all the assignments, do all the things. So I love the idea of a 4-week mini-mester. That is how long it will take you to go through BSchool. It actually starts on July 31st. So it's by the end of this month, we will be beginning and starting in the summer session. So if you want to join us, again, go to crystalprofit.com/BSchool to enroll. But that's all I have for you today. If you have questions about BSchool, you want to know about DCA, you want to know like all the things, be sure to send me an email. If you're on my email list, just hit reply to the last email I sent you. And I would love to answer any questions you have about BSchool or DCA, but don't wait. If you've been thinking about doing BSchool, you're like, Crystal, I know Marie. I've seen her, like so many BSchool launches have come and they've gone. I hope that you check out my bonus package and see if it is something that is going to work for you in your business and all the things that you're trying to accomplish this year. Again, go to crystalprofit.com/BSchool to check it out today. But that's all I have for you. So as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere. Hey, Profit Podcast listeners. Thanks for sticking around to a little bit after the episode to hear this special message because I want to hear from you. We are starting a new segment called Fan Mail Shoutouts, and I want to hear from you and I want to hear your questions. What do you want to know? What questions have you been dying to ask me? So here's how to make this happen. Go to the app where you're listening to this podcast right now. Go there. I'll wait a second. Okay. Now, once you're there, you're going to see a hyperlink at the top of the episode description that says, send Crystal a text message. And that's all I want you to do. Send me a text. It could be casual, informal. It could be totally anonymous. Or if you want, you can include your name and the name of your podcast or content wherever you are creating, and I will give you a special shout out in an upcoming episode. So again, go to the show notes for where you're listening to this episode right now, and it will say, send Crystal a text message. And I cannot wait to hear from you and give you a shout out in an upcoming segment of Fan Mail Shoutouts.